Can you actually build Aoi Todo's physique naturally? Because if the answer is yes, I have no excuse to not be built like a JJK character. So let's see if this is actually achievable without steroids, anime genetics, or being born like a refrigerator. Welcome back to the Lifting Weeb, where I take anime characters that are jacked and ask the question that nobody needed answered. Can I build that shit? Today we're talking about one of the biggest dudes in JJK, Aoi Todo. Todo is one of those characters where the first thing you notice isn't his technique. It's the fact that this damn refrigerator looks like he was manufactured in a laboratory. Massive shoulders, huge arms, thick chest, wide back, giant legs, and somehow has the confidence of 1,000 suns, okay? He will come up to you and the first thing he will ask is what type of girl you like, and depending on your answer, he will whoop your ass, which honestly, is pretty relatable. What actually makes Todo look jacked? Before we can figure out whether we can build Todo naturally, we have to figure out what makes him look like Todo. First up, goddamn shoulders. Todo has massive delts, okay? He has boulder shoulders. And that's one of the biggest reasons why his upper body is so wide. Especially the side delts. They're what you would call 3D, okay? Then we have the arms. Todo isn't just lean. He has actual mass. Like, he is the equivalent of 220 pounds lean. He has the biceps, triceps, and forearms of a construction worker from the 70s. So it's not the matter of just being lean. We need to build actual muscle tissue. Then there's his chest. He has a thick, powerful upper torso. And that's important because we need the big ass superhero body with the slutty waist. And that all leads into his back. If you want to match Todo's silhouette, there's a few things that you will need. You'll need width. You'll need depth, okay? You'll need large lats, rear delts, traps, and the upper back needs to be dialed in. Because if you have a tiny upper back, your entire back looks small, all right? I don't know why, it just does. Last but not least, if you don't want to look like an upside down stop sign, the legs. Because Todo isn't built like a One Piece character, his legs actually match his upper body. That does not mean you get to skip legs during this at all. So for recreating the physique naturally, we will need the whole package. Can you actually look like Todo naturally? So you can definitely build Todo's physique naturally. It's not impossible, but it's also not very realistic in a short time frame. The reason why I say that is the fact that Todo's a fictional character. He is literally an upside down Dorito. Bone structure is different. Everyone's muscles and insertions are different. So yeah, you can give off the illusion of looking that huge or having those insane proportions, but it'll never be a one-to-one thing unless your parents rolled for a legendary character at birth, because I have never met anyone that can do that naturally. But like I said, we can always recreate the effect. Wide shoulders, tiny waist, big legs. Almost want to look like an X-frame. Even if you have a thick waist, always ways around it. What would it take to look like Todo? If you want to build a Todo-like physique naturally, you're not just gonna go in the gym and start hitting a whole bunch of random exercises. You're also not doing a regular PPL bro split either. You're gonna have to switch things up a little bit. Things you really are going to want to focus: delts, arms, chest, back, legs. It sounds like a lot. It kind of is. And because I'm not trying to turn this into some fake like 6-week anime transformation, I can give you an actual workout plan that is tailored to achieve these effects over the long run. Emphasis on the long run. So I built a full 6-day bodybuilding inspired Todo workout. I know it's not Todo's canon workout, okay? I wish Gege replied to my DMs, but he hates me, so. Day 1, chest and triceps. I'll have everything up here. We're gonna be prioritizing upper chest. Yes, we want to build a nice full chest. I know a lot of people like doing flat bench as much as I do like flat bench. Incline and working on the upper chest. Normally when you work on the upper chest, it also works on the lower chest at the same time. When you work on the lower chest, aka flat bench or flat movements and or decline movements, it does not hit the upper pectoral region as well. So incorporating some upper chest thickness, because Todo looks like he will break your sternum while giving you a hug. Day 2, back and biceps. Todo needs width, okay? Because width is great, but like I said earlier, you also need that thick upper back, okay? You need to be able to put a pencil in between that back. And you know, big biceps are always nice. Big arms are non-negotiable. Day 3, aforementioned legs. No, I'm not joking. You will be actually training them, because Todo doesn't have the physique of someone that looks like they get folded like a goddamn pretzel. Day 4, shoulders and arms. Gotta hit arms multiple times a week, because they hit them once, they won't get that big. You hit them 2 to 3 times with proper carb intake and protein, then bitches fill out very quickly. Remember, this day we're going to be incorporating biceps, triceps, and shoulders, okay? I know on the other 2 days we hit a little bit of rear delt here, hit maybe some tricep here, some bicep here. Now this entire day is dedicated to only your shoulders and arms. Day 5, we're hitting chest and back again, but only chest and back this time. by now your arms are cooked from the shoulders and arms the day before. Chest and back should be fairly recovered by this time. This is where you're gonna be chasing that real massive upper body silhouette. Basically, you want my torso to look like it has its own gravitational field. Day 6, please don't hate me, please don't hate me. We're hitting legs again. And delts. So there's nothing else to explain. Have fun being in pain, okay? Enjoy the torture. Now, a few things people might ask. Why would I choose this split? Second question to that. How would I eat to sustain this split? Very simple, okay? It's not difficult. Whatever your body weight is, eat 0.7 grams to 1.5 grams of your body weight. Very, very, very simple, very simple. So if you're 180 pounds, you can eat 180 grams of protein. You can also eat 170 grams of protein. You can also eat 195 grams of protein. And you would still get the same results. But it's only if you're in a calorie surplus. So yes, you have to hit the protein, but you also have to eat your carb goals. Carb goals depend on every person has their own carb goals. Some like lower carbs, some like higher amounts of carbs. In my opinion, higher amounts of carbs, more energy,
more passion, more energy, more passion.
And also, carbs are used to make muscle just as much as protein. So you can't really get jacked without having carbs. Just saying. Thirdly, everything after that, I really don't care. That's how I eat. That's how I get my physique. I make sure I hit my protein. I make sure I hit my carbs, and everything else is water under the bridge, I guess. But even if you're locked in, your nutrition's on point, you're sleeping well, okay, you're lifting heavy, most of the time, you still physically couldn't look like Todo. And the reason why I say this is because Todo looks like he's on steroids. That's kind of like the end point. You can get fairly close. I have seen some crazy individuals. You can get fairly close. But being able to sustain a Todo level physique for longer than around 10 months at a time as a natural lifter without seeing some side effects, aka lethargic, your doesn't work, you're angry all the time, your face looks sunken, it just gets real shitty the longer you're lean. And when you're that lean, that big, like think about it. You have the power of a Ferrari, but you're feeding it 87 fuel. That's no bueno. That's no bueno. So, the final verdict. Can you build Todo's physique naturally? 6 buff naked Todos out of 10. Only reason why, his general build. Yes, you can generally build a Todo-like physique. If we're getting into specifics, can you build a physique that damn near looks exactly like Todo and sustain it over the long run? Healthily? Probably not. Non-healthily? 1,000,000,000%. So it's kind of a hit or miss. Also, a lot of people can't sustain working out that intensity for 6 days a week, even with the proper nutrition. Now, if you do try this workout, please let me know down in the comments below how much it sucked, how sore you are, because I know it won't be fun. But before we leave, big question of the day. Which anime character should I try to build naturally next? Drop the character down below, but please be reasonable. If you tell me to look like Jack Hanma, I'm gonna... Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. Stay nerdy.